Humanity had waited a long time for peace. Decades of tension with the Orient Empire had left the galaxy wary, each side watching the other like predators circling a fragile prey. Earth had grown strong, not by chance, but by constant effort. Human engineers, pilots, scientists, and leaders worked together to build technology and fleets that rivaled the largest powers. Yet, humans were not reckless. They studied patience and observation. They knew that the Orient Empire was clever and ruthless. They also knew that appearances often hid the truth. On the surface, everything seemed normal. Earth's diplomats flew to the imperial capital aboard sleek transports. The halls of the Orient Council glittered with banners and flags, a display meant to impress and intimidate. Ethan Cole, a senior human diplomat, walked through the wide corridors, his eyes scanning every detail. He noticed the placement of guards, the movement of assistants, even the tone of the alien voices. He said nothing, though his mind was alive with questions. Beside him, Lisa Morrow, a strategist and former fleet officer, carried a small data pad filled with treaty drafts. She knew that every word mattered. One false clause could cost lives. "They are trying to show strength," Ethan whispered as they entered the Grand Council chamber. "But strength does not always mean truth." Lisa nodded. "And we have to remember, appearances are the most dangerous traps." The council chamber was enormous. Alien delegates from dozens of systems were seated in semicircles. The Orient representatives sat at the center, radiating authority. Their leader, a tall figure with green-scaled skin and piercing yellow eyes, addressed the assembly. "Today," he said, his voice echoing, "we sign a treaty that will bring peace to the galaxy. The Orient Empire extends trust to humanity, hoping that this marks a new age of cooperation." Applause echoed around the chamber. Humans clapped politely, but they did not cheer. Captain Daniel Brooks, who had been assigned to the delegation as a security advisor, kept his hand near the comlink on his belt. His eyes were steady, scanning the room. He had seen peace treaties before, in books and in practice. After hours of discussion, adjustments, and ceremonial speeches, the treaty was signed. Humanity agreed to limit fleet movements near certain sectors and to temporarily deactivate deep space monitoring stations. In return, the Orient Empire promised open trade routes and non-interference in human colonies. On paper, it seemed fair. The galaxy celebrated. News broadcasts announced the dawn of a new era. Alien species congratulated humans on their wisdom. Humans accepted congratulations with quiet smiles. But behind closed doors, the human delegation was thoughtful, not relieved. Ethan, Lisa, and Daniel gathered in a small conference room aboard their transport. The room was simple, with a view of the stars stretching endlessly outside the window. "We have seen this before," Ethan said. "The Empire makes gestures, writes grand words. But there are always gaps. The delays in patrol schedules, the vague language in Article 14. It is not trust. It is opportunity." Lisa tapped her datapad. "And we have accounted for it. The fleet is ready, but the galaxy must not see it yet. We move slowly, quietly. They expect us to celebrate. We will act when necessary." Daniel nodded. "Our ships in hiding, our engineers in position, our intelligence networks active. They will think humanity is disarmed. But that is the illusion. Humanity had learned that true strength often came from restraint. They did not reveal all they had. They waited, studied, and prepared. Children on Earth went to school. Engineers worked on new reactors, and scientists explored deep space. Everyone lived normal lives. No one outside the human command suspected the quiet war being waged in preparation. Back on Earth, Jack Turner, an engineer in one of the reactivated shipyards, worked late into the night. He was installing new energy cores into cargo vessels that had been modified into stealth ships. Each vessel looked ordinary, but it could power up into a war-ready state in minutes. Far above the planet, satellites hummed and scanned the stars. Human AI networks, seemingly civilian in function, silently merged data streams and developed strategies. These AI minds learned patterns, predicted threats, and coordinated fleets. Humanity trusted their machines not because they were perfect, but because they amplified human foresight. Meanwhile, the Orient Empire was busy celebrating. Grand balls, diplomatic meetings, and gifts flowed. They believed humanity was grateful, compliant, and even a little naive. They had no idea that every human smile hid a plan. Every handshake was measured, and every agreement was watched carefully. The galaxy thought humans were signing a treaty out of fear. They were wrong. Humans signed because they knew. Ethan and Lisa returned to Earth aboard a quiet shuttle. The stars stretched like ribbons of silver outside the window. "They will test us soon," Lisa said. "And we will be ready. We always are. Num. Our way. Nume." "It is strange," Ethan replied, "to be calm while everyone else is anxious. But that is the advantage of knowing." As the shuttle descended into Earth's atmosphere, the planet looked peaceful, blue and green against the darkness of space. Cities glowed with light. Children played in parks, and humans lived ordinary lives. The galaxy could see only that humanity had agreed to a treaty. What it could not see was the silent preparation of a species that never truly trusted peace when the words were written by others. Daniel Brooks reviewed fleet positions with his officers in a hidden command center under the rocky surface of a mountain. The facility was shielded, secret, and equipped with technology that even many humans had never seen. Holographic displays showed the locations of every fleet, asteroid base, and hidden ship. Simulations ran continuously, testing responses to every possible Imperial move. "Simulation 27 complete," one officer said. "Result: treaty broken by Orient forces. Human counterstrike succeeds. Minimal losses. End." Daniel smiled faintly. "As expected. Run the next one." Outside the command center, the world continued as normal. Human children laughed, politicians spoke of peace, and alien diplomats praised humanity's compliance. Yet humanity's leaders did not relax. They studied, they prepared, and they waited. They understood that the galaxy often rewarded caution only after tragedy. Humans would not wait for tragedy. They would act first if necessary, but they would not strike without reason. In quiet corners of the Earth, engineers like Sarah Blake upgraded vessels. Technicians updated AI cores, and scientists monitored alien signals. Every human involved knew their role. They did not question the secrecy. They had learned from history that the strongest defenses are often invisible. The first part of the treaty period passed smoothly. Public celebrations, parades, and diplomatic visits gave the impression that humanity was content, even vulnerable. The Orient Empire watched with satisfaction, believing that humans had accepted their place in the new order. They had no idea that humanity's greatest power lay in knowing the truth and preparing silently for what was to come. Ethan, Lisa, and Daniel met again in the quiet of the command center. Outside, the night was still. The stars above seemed distant, but the human mind could reach them. "They will test us," Ethan repeated. "And when they do, they will learn that the treaty was never about peace. It was about timing. We knew all along." Lisa looked at the stars and said softly, "And now, we wait. We prepare." the galaxy will not forget what it learns next. For humanity, peace was not a naive hope. It was a stage, a moment to grow stronger while the galaxy slept. Every ship, every engineer, every leader knew their purpose. They signed the treaty. Yes, but it was never believed. Humanity had learned to see beyond words, beyond appearances, and beyond lies. In that quiet certainty lay their greatest strength. And so, humanity waited, watched, and built in silence. The galaxy celebrated peace, but humanity knew it was only the calm before a storm. They had agreed to a treaty that was a deception, and they had done so willingly because knowledge was their weapon, patience, their shield, and readiness, their promise. The stars shone above Earth, indifferent to human plans. Yet beneath their light, humanity prepared for the moment when truth would be revealed, when the calm would break, and when the galaxy would see the full measure of what humans could achieve when they never trusted false words. While the galaxy believed humanity was enjoying a fragile peace, humans were busy in silence. Beneath cities, in remote asteroid belts, and on hidden moons, fleets were being rebuilt, engines were being tested, and intelligence networks were quietly expanded. No one outside Earth suspected the depth of human preparation. To the galaxy, humanity seemed calm, almost vulnerable. But that calm was a careful mask. Jack Turner and Sarah Blake worked side by side in one of the largest secret shipyards under the rocky surface of a distant moon. The yard looked ordinary. At first glance, cargo ships and maintenance drones moved quietly, but every vessel had been altered. Old cargo freighters were transformed into fast, stealth-ready cruisers. Power cores once used for mining were now capable of running energy weapons that rivaled the Orion Imperial fleet. "How long before the next test flight?" Jack asked, wiping grease from his hands. 2 hours, Sarah said. She adjusted the diagnostic panel, her eyes scanning hundreds of small data points. "I want every system synchronized before we move them into position. Even minor delays could give them time to notice." Jack nodded. "They think we are disarmed. They don't know we have been building faster, smarter ships in plain sight." Beyond the shipyards, human intelligence networks were growing. AI systems, disguised as civilian programs, monitored communications, predicted imperial movements, and tested thousands of scenarios simultaneously. The machines learned patterns, adapted strategies, and quietly advised human leaders. Unlike many species in the galaxy, humans trusted their own foresight. In a hidden command center beneath the mountains of Earth, Captain Daniel Brooks reviewed holographic displays of alien fleets. Officers reported simulation results, showing every possible path the Orion Empire might take to challenge humanity. "Simulation 68 complete," an officer announced. Result: Empire advances. Human counterstrike succeeds with minimal losses. Fleet remains operational. Daniel's eyes were calm. "Prepare the next simulation. Refine the positions of the hidden fleets. Remember, no one outside this room can know what we have done. Refine the Pala. We are 5 the Sleift. 1 to a. Even Earth itself was a cover. Above the planet, satellites and communication arrays hummed quietly. Signals were broadcast to appear ordinary, routine, civilian. Below, the planet was a hub of activity. Engineers, scientists, and strategists, all working in secret. New reactors powered hidden facilities. New training programs prepared crews for warships that the galaxy thought did not exist. Humanity's advantage lay in planning, without revealing their progress. Meanwhile, in orbit around distant moons, small groups of pilots practiced maneuvers that no public records suggested. Liam Parker and Rebecca Hughes, 2 of the fleet's most skilled pilots, ran simulations in modified ships. They moved in formations designed to evade detection and strike with precision. "They think our numbers are small," Liam said, adjusting his flight path. "But we can appear anywhere, anytime." Rebecca smiled. "And when they think we are retreating, we will hit from behind." Their exercises were not games. They were training for a moment humanity knew would come. The Orient Empire might believe in the treaty, but humans did not. Patience had taught them that. They had watched, observed, and recorded. When the Empire broke the agreement, humans would be ready. On Earth, Ethan Cole and Lisa Morrow reviewed maps of systems far beyond human colonies. They had identified points where Imperial supply lines could be cut, communication hubs disrupted, and fleets intercepted. Humanity had not just built ships, they had built strategy. Every civilian project, every asteroid base, and every hidden fleet had a purpose. "It is remarkable," Lisa said, pointing to a holographic display. "They will think we are unprepared, but we have anticipated their every move." "And they will be surprised," Ethan replied. "The galaxy underestimates humans. Always." Back at the shipyards, Jack and Sarah completed a full inspection of one of the newly modified cruisers. Every system hummed perfectly. Weapons, shields, engines, all ready. Small crews, trained in secrecy, would man these ships, blending into civilian ranks until the moment came. "We are almost ready," Sarah said. "Once the fleets move into position, it will be impossible for them to ignore us." "They will never see it coming," Jack said. "Peace gave us time. Deception gave us advantage." On the surface of Earth, ordinary humans lived unaware of the hidden work. Children went to school, workers commuted, and the galaxy believed humans were compliant. Only a select few knew the truth. Humanity never trusted the treaty. It was a stage, a pause, a moment to grow stronger, while the galaxy watched and celebrated. Far from Earth, hidden colonies on asteroid belts and distant moons were buzzing with activity. Engineers and pilots like Rachel Simmons and David Harrison worked around the clock. Storage bays held supplies disguised as mining equipment. Energy cores were labeled as industrial reactors. Communication arrays were hidden inside what appeared to be meteor scanners. Every disguise, every measure, was meant to hide the true strength of humanity's fleet. Even the human AI played a part in the deception. It monitored Imperial fleets, calculated responses, and advised human leaders on the best positions for hidden ships. Yet, it was silent, invisible. The galaxy saw only routine civilian signals. The Orient Empire believed humanity had accepted their rules. In truth, humans had mastered the art of preparation. In quiet corners of the galaxy, diplomats like Ethan Cole observed. They maintained contact with alien representatives, providing the illusion of trust and compliance. Every handshake, every smile, every word was calculated to mask the hidden truth. Humans did not provoke, but they did not surrender either. They waited. "The Empire will test us eventually," Ethan said during a secure communication with Lisa. "And when they do, they will find that humanity is stronger than they imagined." "They will never guess," Lisa replied. "The fleet's in hiding. The ship's in the shadows. They only see what we let them see. And that is nothing." As weeks turned into months, humanity's preparations became more advanced. Hidden factories built stealth fighters and cruisers. Training programs taught crews to respond to multiple threats simultaneously. AI networks coordinated logistics, supplies, and strategy. Every system, from the smallest moon outpost to the largest hidden command center, was integrated. The galaxy had no idea. The Orient Empire thought peace meant disarmament. Humanity knew it meant opportunity. Captain Brooks inspected the readiness of one fleet stationed in an asteroid belt near the outer rim. Ships lay in waiting, engines cold, weapons concealed. Crews moved silently, performing checks. He walked through the bay, his boots echoing against metal walls. "We are ready," he said. "All ships are prepared, all crews trained. When the Empire strikes, we will respond not with panic, but with precision." The calm of space hid the activity of humanity's hidden forces. Ships moved slowly into position, cloaked by asteroid fields and artificial shadows. Communication was minimal, encrypted, and disguised. The galaxy could see nothing. Even human citizens unaware of these preparations believed in normality. Yet beneath the quiet surface, humanity was shaping its strength. Jack Turner finished the final calibration of a stealth cruiser. He smiled faintly. "This is what preparation looks like," he said. "They will not know what hit them." In secret chambers on distant moons, engineers tested energy weapons. AI systems ran combat simulations, and crews drilled in silence. Humanity's strength grew daily, hidden from the galaxy. Each action was a step toward readiness, each measure a safeguard. And so, while the galaxy celebrated peace, humanity built a hidden war machine. Every hidden facility had a single purpose: to ensure that when deception came, humans would respond with overwhelming power. Ethan Cole, Lisa Morrow, and Captain Daniel Brooks met again in the Central Command Hub. Maps, simulations, and reports surrounded them. "Every fleet is in position," Daniel said. "Every crew trained, every system tested. When the treaty breaks, we will act." "They will never see it coming," Lisa said. "They will expect weakness, and they will find strength instead." Tramsis. "And that is why humanity survives," Ethan said quietly. "We do not trust words alone. We trust preparation, patience, and knowledge. The Empire may believe in their peace, but we know the truth." Outside, stars glittered coldly, distant, and uncaring. But beneath their light, humanity waited, trained, and grew stronger. The galaxy believed in peace. Humans believed in readiness. They had seen the patterns before. They had studied the signs. And they had learned that survival depended not on hope, but on preparation. Humanity's hidden fleets were ready. AI systems silently ran. Strategies. Engineers and pilots waited for the moment that would test every plan, every skill, every hidden advantage. The galaxy saw only a calm, compliant human race. The truth was far more powerful. As months passed, humans moved quietly. Hidden bases expanded. Communication networks adapted. Supplies flowed to disguised locations. Every element of strategy was refined. Humanity's strength was invisible, yet complete. The Orient Empire thought they had secured trust and compliance. In reality, they had been allowed to underestimate humans for the last time. The calm before the storm stretched across the galaxy. Humans lived ordinary lives on the surface, while extraordinary preparation continued below. Every shipyard, every command center, every hidden crew was a reminder that humanity never believed in false peace. They built, trained, and waited, knowing that when the deception revealed itself, they would act, not with anger, but with certainty. Preparation, patience, and planning. These were humanity's greatest weapons. And the galaxy would soon learn that the treaty, the so-called peace, had been only a mask. Humanity knew all along, and they were ready. Years passed, after humanity signed the peace treaty. The galaxy had grown confident. The Orient Empire believed humans had disarmed, that their fleets were limited, and that they were compliant. Children played in parks, cities thrived, and trade with other species seemed to flow without interruption. Alien diplomats visited openly, praising humanity's wisdom in following the treaty. But humanity had never been fooled. Every moment of apparent peace had been a stage, a way to prepare, to wait, and to build strength in silence. Beneath this calm, human fleets lay hidden in asteroid belts, moons, and cloaked positions across the outer rim. Pilots trained endlessly. Engineers upgraded ships, and AI networks quietly analyzed imperial strategies. Humanity had waited for this moment. The first sign came as a routine communication from the Orient Empire. A fleet near the outer colonies had violated the treaty, claiming humans had secretly moved ships beyond allowed sectors. This was a lie, a false accusation, but it was enough to test human readiness. On Earth, Captain Daniel Brooks and his officers monitored the incoming Imperial ships. Holographic displays showed hundreds of Orient warships, moving in formations meant to intimidate. "They are testing us," Daniel said, his voice calm. "As expected. Their reports claim violation," Lisa Morrow added. "But our sensors show nothing. They want an excuse. The treaty was never real." Ethan Cole studied the displays. "They think we will panic. They think the years of preparation were wasted. They are wrong. After Fing were Efrins, they are wrong." Humanity's response began slowly, almost invisible. Small, hidden fleets began activating engines, moving into positions previously disguised as asteroid debris. AI systems calculated thousands of potential responses and coordinated human ships in perfect synchrony. The galaxy saw nothing yet, only the quiet stillness of space. In a hidden asteroid base, Liam Parker and Rebecca Hughes prepared their stealth fighters. Each ship was ready to jump from hidden positions, engines cold, weapons primed. Their crews were calm, trained, and focused. "Remember," Liam said, "we strike precisely, not out of anger, but because it is necessary." "Understood," Rebecca replied. "We do not rush. We wait for the signal." That signal came when the Orient fleet reached a human colony at the edge of known space. They expected minimal resistance. Instead, sensors detected energy signatures from ships previously thought decommissioned. Hidden cruisers emerged from asteroid belts and cloaked stations. Human weapons activated with silent precision. "All units, engage," Captain Brooks ordered. "Do not hesitate." The Orient Empire was unprepared. Their ships were caught between visible fleets and hidden forces. Human cruisers struck from multiple angles, disabling communication satellites and intercepting supply vessels. Stealth fighters moved with speed and accuracy, taking out key targets before the enemy could respond. The Orient commanders were stunned. The humans had been quiet, compliant, and ordinary for years, and now, suddenly, they were everywhere. Ethan Cole and Lisa Morrow observed from the command center on Earth. Holographic maps lit up with movement. "They expected weakness," Ethan said, "and instead, they found readiness." "They will never forget this," Lisa replied. "The years of preparation, the hidden fleets, all of it matters now." The battle escalated quickly. Human ships moved in coordinated waves, striking vital targets while remaining elusive. Drones monitored the fight, feeding data back to hidden bases. AI systems adjusted strategies in real time, predicting enemy movements and allocating human forces where they were needed most. Every strike, every maneuver, was precise, not reckless. On a distant moon, Jack Turner and Sarah Blake monitored newly activated cruisers. They cheered quietly as energy cores hummed and weapons fired accurately. "It is working exactly as planned," Sarah said. "And the galaxy still thinks we were peaceful," Jack replied. The look on their faces when they realized the truth. It will be unforgettable. Imperial commanders struggled to understand the sudden human response. Their fleet was larger in theory, but scattered, uncoordinated, and now outmaneuvered. Human ships, designed to appear small and slow, revealed hidden power and speed. The treaty had lulled them into a false sense of security. Humanity had used that to its advantage. Captain Brooks led a strike group directly into the heart of the enemy fleet. His ship glided silently through space, energy shields shimmering, weapons charged. He did not shout orders. He did not panic. Every move was calculated. His crew moved as one, responding instinctively to his commands. "Lock target," he said calmly. "Fire when ready." The first volleys struck with devastating accuracy. Imperial ships exploded or were disabled. Retreating forces collided with hidden human fleets, creating chaos. Communication networks, once thought secure, were jammed by human AI systems. The Orient Empire realized too late that the humans had anticipated every move. On Earth, Ethan and Lisa watched the battle unfold. Families lived normal lives, unaware of the conflict raging in deep space. Yet the humans in command centers and hidden bases understood the importance of this moment. Humanity had been preparing for years, and now that preparation was showing its power. "Look at them," Lisa said, pointing to the display. They thought peace meant weakness. They found strength instead. Ethan nodded. "It is not just strength," he said. "It is knowledge, patience, and readiness. They will never make this mistake again." Human pilots like Liam and Rebecca executed flanking maneuvers, taking out key command ships. The Orient Empire tried to regroup, but human strategy anticipated every retreat, every maneuver, every attempt to form a defensive line. Humanity did not act recklessly. They struck with precision, ensuring minimal human losses while maximizing impact on the enemy. Even the civilian fleets, disguised for years, revealed their hidden capabilities. Cargo ships transformed into fast attack vessels. Supply freighters doubled as warship platforms, and hidden stations coordinated defense and offense. The galaxy, watching from afar, could not comprehend the sudden power revealed by humanity. In one key engagement, Captain Brooks's strike group faced an overwhelming Imperial force. Human ships were outnumbered, but not outmatched. Hidden support fleets emerged from behind asteroids, attacking from unexpected angles. Energy weapons fired from cloaked cruisers disabled enemy ships before they could react. The Imperial fleet, confident in their perceived advantage, fell into chaos. "This is the moment we trained for," Brooks said to his crew. "Every simulation, every practice, every hidden preparation matters now. Stay calm. Act together. Victory is ours." The Orient Empire suffered heavy losses. Their command ships were destroyed or disabled, supply lines severed, and morale shattered. Humans had proven that preparation, patience, and knowledge could overcome raw numbers and assumed superiority. The galaxy watched in shock as humanity's hidden fleets and advanced strategies were revealed. In the aftermath of the initial strikes, Ethan Cole sent secure communications across human colonies. Every fleet was to maintain readiness, but no further action would be taken until the Empire regrouped. Humans were not reckless. They did not seek war, only survival and strength. "This is only the beginning," Lisa, Morrow said. "They will recover, and try again. But now they know humanity is not to be underestimated. Jack Turner and Sarah Blake monitored ships returning from battle. Systems were intact, crews were safe, and human losses were minimal. They allowed themselves a small smile. The years of preparation had paid off. The Empire had tested humanity, and humans had responded with precision and strength. The treaty was a test, Sarah said, and we passed it. Brilliantly. End quote. The galaxy will never trust peace with humans the same way again, Jack said. We have shown them what patience and preparation mean. Human fleets began returning to hidden positions, remaining ready for the next move. AI systems continued to monitor enemy movements, predicting potential retaliation. Humans on Earth lived normal lives, unaware of the true scale of the conflict that had just unfolded. The galaxy, however, could not ignore the revelation of human strength. Captain Brooks sent a message to Ethan and Lisa. The first strike succeeded beyond expectations. Enemy command is disrupted. Human fleets remain intact. We are ready for whatever comes next. Ethan nodded as he read the report. We knew they would test us. We knew they would lie. And now, the galaxy sees the truth. Humanity never trusted their peace, and that knowledge has saved us. Outside, the stars continued to shine, indifferent to the lives and battles below. Yet humanity had changed the balance of power. They had revealed their strength not through aggression, but through foresight, preparation, and skill. The galaxy had been shown that humans did not need to boast or threaten. And so, as Imperial forces retreated in confusion and fear, humanity's fleets returned to hidden positions. Every crew member, every pilot, every strategist knew that the real challenge was not just this battle, but the ongoing vigilance required to survive in a galaxy that often underestimated them. Peace had been tested. Deception had been revealed, and humanity had responded not with panic, but with knowledge and strength. The treaty had broken, but humanity had proven that they were ready. The galaxy had been shocked, and humanity's patience, planning, and hidden power had changed everything. The galaxy had been shocked. The Orion Empire, confident in their assumed superiority, had tested humanity and been met with strength they had never expected. Fleets that were thought to be disarmed had moved with speed and precision. Hidden bases revealed their power, and human strategy had outmatched Imperial planning at every turn. The treaty had been broken, but humanity had not wavered. They had acted with calm, patience, and certainty. On Earth, Ethan Cole, Lisa Morrow, and Captain Daniel Brooks met in the Central Command Hub. Holographic displays of the galaxy lit up the room. Fleets were returning to hidden positions, minor skirmishes had been resolved, and Imperial ships were scattered across systems, retreating in confusion. We have done exactly what we planned, Daniel said. Every fleet, every crew, every hidden system performed perfectly. And the Empire does not understand why, Ethan added. They assumed weakness. They assumed humanity would panic or negotiate. They were wrong. Lisa leaned forward, her eyes on the displays. They will learn soon. It is time to send the message. Humanity does not seek war, but we never trust peace that is based on lies. The galaxy must know the truth. A secure broadcast was prepared, one that would reach every inhabited system in known space. Humans would speak, not in anger, not in pride, but in clarity. The message would explain what had happened, why humanity had prepared in silence, and what the galaxy should understand about the nature of humans. Ethan stepped forward. His voice was calm, steady, and firm as he addressed the camera. Citizens of the galaxy, hear this carefully. Humanity signed the peace treaty with the Orion Empire, but we did so knowing it was a deception. We did not trust their words. We studied, we prepared, and we waited. The galaxy has seen the result. He paused, letting the words sink in. Fleets in distant systems adjusted their positions. Alien leaders listened in silence, and human citizens continued their lives, unaware of the full scale of the broadcast. We did not seek war, Lisa continued, speaking beside him. We did not attack. Without reason, the Orion Empire broke the treaty first. Their lies gave us the opportunity to reveal our readiness. We do not wish to conquer, but we will defend ourselves. We will never allow deception to put humanity at risk. Daniel Brooks added, his voice steady as ever. The fleets you have seen were hidden. The bases you thought abandoned were active. Every strike was precise, controlled, and necessary. Humanity does not act recklessly, but we do not submit to false promises. The galaxy now knows the truth. Peace based on lies is not peace. We prepared, we responded, and we prevailed. Across alien systems, reactions varied. Some were shocked, some fearful, and others curious. The Empire, humbled by the sudden display of human power and planning, attempted to reorganize, but the message had already spread. Humanity had revealed not just their strength, but their principles. Preparation, knowledge, and vigilance were their greatest weapons. Back on Earth, Jack Turner and Sarah Blake monitored human fleets, returning to hidden positions. Ships moved quietly, engines powered down, weapons secured, crews rested, but alertness remained. No humans celebrated recklessly. Every person involved understood that the revelation was only part of the challenge. Humanity had shown its strength, but the galaxy would test them again. They will never underestimate us again, Sarah said quietly. And that is the point, Jack replied. We do not need to boast. They only need to respect what they have seen. In distant colonies, human diplomats worked with alien leaders to clarify humanity's intentions. The message was clear. Humans were strong, humans were prepared, and humans did not trust false peace. Yet humanity did not seek to dominate. They sought only fairness, understanding, and safety. Ethan Cole continued to coordinate, sending secure instructions to fleets and command centers. Every system had been prepared for the possibility of retaliation, and every crew understood their role. Humanity's response had been measured, precise, and designed to minimize unnecessary conflict. Our message is simple, Lisa said during a strategic briefing. Trust must be earned. Humans will act when trust is broken, and when it is, the galaxy will see the consequences. We do not fear war, but we will not accept deception. Across the galaxy, Imperial leaders studied human tactics and communications. They had assumed humans were compliant, naive, and predictable. Instead, they found careful planning, precision, and hidden strength. They had underestimated patience and preparation. The Empire began to reconsider its approach, realizing that humans were not a species to challenge lightly. Captain Brooks met with fleet commanders in a hidden asteroid base. Holographic maps showed fleet positions, recent battles, and remaining threats. We have proven ourselves, he said, but this is not the end. Vigilance is our duty. The galaxy will test us again, and we must be ready. Our preparation is ongoing. We never stop learning, never stop improving. Liam Parker and Rebecca Hughes returned from the battle, debriefing their squads. Pilots and crews shared quiet smiles, but their training continued. Every human understood that the battle had been a lesson for the galaxy. But for humanity, it was a reminder that readiness and knowledge were never complete. The Empire will recover, Liam said. They may try again, but they will remember today. And we will be ready, Rebecca said. Every Time. On Earth, ordinary citizens continued their lives unaware of the scale of the conflict. News broadcasts focused on trade, culture, and diplomacy. The galaxy outside knew humanity's message. But humans themselves understood that the real work continued in silence, in preparation, in hidden fleets and secret bases. Strength was built quietly, without fanfare, and revealed only when necessary. Ethan Cole reflected on the years of preparation, the quiet work, and the moment when humanity's hidden power was finally revealed. He spoke to Lisa and Daniel in the command hub. "We did not deceive the galaxy," he said. "We merely acted as we always should, with knowledge, patience, and readiness. Humans do not trust empty words. We trust action, and that has saved us." Lisa nodded. "And the message is clear. Deception may exist in the galaxy, but humans will always be ready. They will respond with precision, not panic. They do not fear preparation. They embrace it." Daniel added, "And that is what makes us human. Not power alone, not numbers alone, but the foresight to prepare, the patience to wait, and the skill to act when necessary. We do not attack blindly. We defend wisely." The galaxy began to change. Alien species that had assumed superiority over humans began to treat humanity with caution and respect. Treaties, negotiations, and communications were approached differently. Humans were no longer a species to assume weakness about. They had revealed their principles through action, knowledge, patience, preparation, and precise response. In hidden command centers, human AI continued to monitor every movement, every message, and every potential threat. Strategies were refined, simulations run, and fleets adjusted positions. Humanity had shown its strength, but they remained vigilant. The lesson was clear. Trust was earned, not assumed. Jack Turner and Sarah Blake returned to the shipyards, quietly inspecting systems, preparing for future readiness. They did not celebrate loudly. Humans rarely did. Strength was a quiet responsibility. The Empire and the galaxy had learned a lesson in one day, but humanity's work continued indefinitely. "The galaxy knows us now," Jack said, "but they cannot predict us fully." "And they never will," Sarah replied. "We prepare, they watch, and when the time comes, we act. That is the way humans survive and thrive." Ethan, Lisa, and Daniel watched the stars outside Earth's command hub. Fleets were in position, hidden bases ready, and the galaxy slowly grasping the truth of humanity. "Peace is not weakness," Ethan said. "Preparation is not aggression. And humans never trust words alone. That is our message." "And now it has been heard," Lisa said. "The Empire understands, and the galaxy respects it. We have acted wisely, measured, and effectively. Humanity is safe." As night fell over Earth, the stars continued to shine coldly, indifferent to the lives and battles below. Yet humans had shown that knowledge, patience, and preparation could shape the galaxy. The treaty had been a deception, but humanity had used it to grow stronger, revealing their strength only when necessary. The galaxy had learned that humans did not seek war, but they would never be deceived. And so, the calm after the storm was not ordinary peace. It was a peace built on vigilance, skill, and preparation. Humanity had survived not by luck, not by words, but by foresight and readiness. The galaxy would never forget the day humans revealed the truth of their strength. Humanity's message was simple. Trust must be earned. Deception may exist, but humans will always act when needed, with precision, patience, and knowledge. The galaxy had learned that lesson well. And beneath the quiet surface of Earth, in hidden bases, in cloaked fleets, humanity continued to prepare, always ready for the next challenge, always calm, always strong. For humans knew the greatest power was not in aggression, but in knowing when to act, and acting with certainty. The stars shone above, silent witnesses to human preparation, patience, and resilience. The galaxy would remember. Humanity had survived, revealed the truth, and secured its place not through fear, but through foresight, wisdom, and strength. The treaty had been a deception, but humanity's knowledge had been the key. They had acted, and the galaxy had learned the lesson that would never be forgotten. Humanity had waited, prepared, and finally revealed the truth. The galaxy now knew. Humans never trusted false peace, and that knowledge had saved them all.